We have just released YOLO26. This is a new improved model, very significant speed ups for CPU especially, but we also just have an improvement on the accuracy. In this video here, we're going to see how we can set up a full training pipeline end to end. It's just a few steps that you need to run with Ultralytics, and then you can train the new YOLO26 model on your own custom dataset. So let's just jump straight into it. We're going to start inside the documentation, and then we'll open up a Google Colab notebook. I'll show you how we can use the datasets, how you can connect your own custom datasets, and then train them on the free GPU resources in a Google Colab notebook. So this is a brand new model. We can see the graph here comparing it to YOLO11, and we can instantly just see that we get pretty much a small little speed up, but we get a significant boost here in the mean error position on the Coco datasets, which is used for the benchmarks. This is crazy fast even on the TensorRT on the T4. So this is the free GPU that is available on Google Colab as well. But we can see for the nano model, the small models on par with the inference speed, but we get a significant increase in our accuracy. And this is when we benchmark it on the GPU. This model here is significantly better on smaller devices and also on CPUs, where you can get up to 43% decrease in the latency here. So basically just how long it takes to process a single image, and how we can run way quicker inference on smaller devices and on CPU. So it's the native end-to-end model now, the 26. One of the cool things is that the post-processing layer with the non-maximum suppression, so we get a ton of different, we get thousands of bounding boxes with these candidates for all the objects that we're detecting in the output layer of our model. Then we need to run non-maximum suppression, so we pretty much just suppress all the bounding boxes down to the best candidate, combine them, and then we get our bounding boxes fit around the person. This is a pretty heavy operation to do on CPU, so that's why it's significantly faster on CPU, because this step here has been eliminated, as we can see here as well. So this is a pretty much a post-processing step that has been eliminated, gonna make it way faster. So there's some deployment efficiencies, training innovations, task-specific optimizations, both for segmentation, post-estimation, the orange bounding boxes, and so on as well. You can read all details in here in the documentation as well. There's also just some hybrid SGD and muon. This is for the optimizer used when we're pre-training the YOLO model. And there's also something for the loss function. So all these things has minor improvements that has pretty much made this step change in the family. So this is a pretty big change, 11 to 26. This is a new member that we have in our family. Here we can see that it runs up to 43% faster on CPU. So it's very, very good for practical and deployable solutions, computer vision solutions on smaller hardware. And also if you only want to run it on CPU, like now you don't need big GPUs, big machines, GPU clusters and all that. Like you can run it on pretty much any CPU in real time. Just try it out yourself with your webcam. So some of the key features here: DFL removal, distribution, focal length, focal loss, end-to-end non-maximum suppression, free inference. So this is what we talked about. Here's some of the loss functions that has been improved: the optimizer, faster CPU. This is pretty cool. Instant segmentation enhancement, precision post-estimation. So here's also something with the log likelihood estimation for the residual in our different key points for a post-estimation model. So here we can see a comparison of the different model. Here we just have less, so it's easy to see the differences, but it's just crazy faster. So we can see the YOLO26 small model here is pretty much just double as fast compared to the R18 RTDTR, and it's also even better accuracy. All the tasks and most supported, you can do inference, validation, training, export in the exact same way, exact same command. All we have to do is just swap out the YOLO26. That's pretty much everything. Let's just open up a Google Colab notebook and see how we can train on our own custom dataset. If we go back into the documentation, let's find dataset that we can train it on. So at the top, we have our datasets tab. Here we can see all the datasets that we have available. So for object detection, instant segmentation, post-estimation, and so on. Right now, you can just do medical pills, for example. Could also be instant segmentation. So let's try do that. So that could be like the car part segmentation. This is a pretty cool use case where we're detecting all different like front bumpers, like backlight, windscreen, all these cool things. If you open up a Google Colab notebook, you have the free GPU resources available. So let's just give it a second. And if you take a look at what we need. So we have back bumper, back door, back glass, all these different classes we're going to detect. All we have to do is just grab this YAML file. So all documentation is updated to use new and better YOLO26 model. So we can just copy paste this one directly. This is the Python example. You can also use the CLI tool directly out of the box, and it's just a single command that you need to run. Let's go back here again. We can go up to our runtime, change the runtime type. Now we can use a T4, so this is the same as it was benchmarked on. Or maybe it was the L4. Now we can connect to the runtime. All we have to do, if you run into any problems, it's most likely because you have not upgraded to the newest Ultralytics package. So make sure you do that. All you have to do is just pip install Ultralytics. It will take care of the rest. Then we can go in, paste in our code. We're going to import YOLO from Ultralytics. We create an instance of our model. Now we're going to use segmentation. If you just want to do detection, we just specify it like this. We can do OR in bounding boxes. We can do pose. We can do classification. Right now we're going to do segmentation. Then we just specify the YAML file for our car parts. Once it has downloaded dataset here, I'm going to go through the dataset structure so you can see exactly what you need to have. We have tons of videos here on the channel covering how you can create your own dataset and all those things, and the dataset format, how you scale it, how you convert it. All different tools are also exporting into the YOLO format, so definitely check that out. Let's just go with 50 epochs so we can specify the image resolution as well. So now everything is running, we can just create it. Let's just copy paste this and do that after we have run our training. So we're just going to create a new code block. First of all, it can't find the dataset because we don't have it available, so it's going to download it automatically. It's going to do the exact same thing with all the datasets that you use from the Ultralytics documentation. If you have your own, just make sure you have it in the correct order and format. So we have the datasets. You need an image folder, you need a label folder. Inside each of them, you can have your train, test, and validation split. So if you take our test split, this is all the images that we can run test on. The models will never see this during training. We only train on our training set. Validation set is used for tuning our hyperparameters and doing a few model iterations. So the most important one here is just the folder structure, and then we need to have our YAML file. You can skip all the stuff here at the top. We just need to have our class names. So we have the indexes, we have the class name, and then we also just need to have the path to our train, validation, and test set. That's all you need to have. Once you have that, it's automatically going to pull everything in, run checks on top of your dataset, and that's it. Down here at the bottom, we have to download because this is the dataset from the Ultralytics assets. I think it has already started the training. If we go in and take a look at it, there we go, we can see it has started epoch 1, so this is probably just going to take like 30 minutes or so, and then we have trained a YOLO26 model on a new custom dataset. Then we're going to run inference, run exports and all that. Make sure to stay tuned for that in the upcoming video. Let's just run it here. Let's wait for it to finish up the training, and then we can take a look at the inference results. So our model is now almost done training. We just have a few seconds left here. Once it's done training, we'll get our directory over here on the left side. So we have our run directory, we have our segment that we're running, we have our train, we have our weights, and then after it's done training, it will pretty much just give us all the training graphs here. You can always get the best.pt and also the last weights. So this usually just go with the best.pt. So the best checkpoint that we have, you can download it and use it in your own applications and projects. So you can just go and create a new instance with this model. So you just copy the path, and that's all you have to do. So now it's just running the last validation here, evaluation. You can see it almost took an hour to run, the 50 epochs on this GPU, but we also had a larger data set. So now we get a table of all our mean error positions, class-wise as well, so we can see which ones it is struggling with or performing better on. If you just go to the start here, we start around pretty much no precision at all. Mean error precision is very low. We have precision recall very low as well, and then we can see it's pretty much just going up over time. I usually just take a look at the results.png here to see if our model has converged. And we can see that this is pretty much, it's not fully converged yet, but we can see it's starting to plateau out. So we can probably train it for like 7,500 epochs or something like that, and it would be then fully converged, and we'll have a model that we can actually like run in production, or at least a model that we can tell about like if we need to optimize our dataset or do any other modifications. So now let's put it in validation. So we can validate the model performance on the validation set. So this is images that it has not seen before. It's gonna give an error here because we need to go in and grab our dataset. So let's go inside our test folder. So we have our images. We have a test folder. And let's just scroll down and take a random one. We're going to grab this one. All we have to do is just grab the path. We can either show it as well in the Google Colab notebook. I'm just going to save it. All these arguments, you can find them in the Ultralytics documentation. You can also set the confidence if you want to play around with that. So let's just set the confidence to 0.2. So it's going to fail with this second one. Let's just create a new code block with it. And here we have the same table as we saw up here at the top that it generates after the training run. So it's now updated here with the correct path. So now we just took this random image, we'll throw it in here, we'll run our prediction with our model, took 13 milliseconds, and then we got it inside our predict folder. So let's now make these a bit smaller. We have a predict folder now, and we can see our image with our annotations. So you can see we get a front bumper, we get front light, we get the hood here at the front, and we also have a front glass detection. So this is pretty cool. Let's just grab one more image. So let's go into our test set. Just grab one of the first ones. So we copy the path, swap it out. You can throw a video in here. You can just specify 0, then it's going to run on your webcam. Definitely go in, try to train it on your own custom data set. So now we can see inference speed, 14 milliseconds. So this is like crazy fast. You can easily squeeze out almost 100 frames per second. So let's go down, take a look at this folder, we'll minimize it. Now we should have our predict 2 folder. Just gonna take a second. We have a predict, and now we have our second image here. So this is a bit more complex. We have the wheels, we have the front left door, that is very good. We have the back left door, we have the back glass, backlight. We even got it here on the right side. So here we're pretty much detecting all the parts that is even possible to see. We can download the image, then you can show it off. So this is pretty cool. We're getting all the segmentation. So we're segmenting out all these individual parts here on the car. This could be used for example, insurance claims. So then you can take the mask here, throw it into a VLM, come up with what is the damage on this car here. You can extract the car, the model, the make of the car, all these different details and information, and then you can even like generate a report. That's a pretty cool use case that you can try out on your own, but this is how we can train a YOLO26 model on a custom data set. This is pretty cool. Definitely go and check it out. The new YOLO26 model is available. It's much faster, much better performance. It's so cool. We're going to create tons of videos covering the new model. Go and check it out. Hope you learned a ton of this video here, and then I hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy training.